Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to make this video to do a quick recap on the 2018 racing season. I know it's the end of 2019 now, but I am severely behind on my uploads as I've said before. So I just wanted to kind of recap the 2018 season with the S2000 before releasing footage from 2019. So let's get right into it. So starting in 2018, if you guys follow my channel, I kind of really got the car to where I wanted it to be for autocross competition for SCCA. Previous years to this, I bought the car in 2016. In 2017, I was doing events with it. However, I was running STR with nothing more than a front sway bar and a completely stock car, so I didn't really have the car set up to be competitive after the PAX modifier for the overall placing for the day at an event. So as you've seen on my channel, I did the Öhlins DFV coilovers on the car in 2018. In March I installed them, released a video on that. I did the Carcep's rear sway bar to complement the front sway bar. I also installed the hard race offset lower ball joints to the front control arms to allow me to get extra camber on my alignment up front. So along with the Öhlins, the Carcep sway bar, the hard race ball joints, I also had the Tanabe cat back on there from the end of 2017, the Burke High Flow cat. Still running the stock intake to start off the 2018 season. However, I did put the AFE intake on later in the year and also added the Greddy E-Manage Ultimate with a STR-based tune from Carcep's. I bought this all as a package deal from Brian over at Carcep's. So with the new setup on the car, I also went to a 9-inch front wheel and did a 255/40/17 square setup with fresh Bridgestone RE71Rs. I used to live up near the Syracuse, New York area, and towards the end of 2017 I relocated towards the Hudson Valley New York area, and that means I had a couple different options for SCCA autocross. I could run with Northern New Jersey region or run with Albany, which is Mohawk Hudson, and then there's a small club called Poughkeepsie Sports Car Club, which is SCCA based out of Poughkeepsie, New York. So I had three regions that were within 2 hours of me. I could have gone to Connecticut to run a few events, but I primarily stuck with these three regions to run my events for 2018. So starting off, I did some New Jersey events. I did one in the end of March, and I raced all the way until, every week just about until May. And from these events, I ended up getting anywhere between 20th to 50th overall in New Jersey. There's a lot of money down there with guys that come from New York City area. So they have some really well set up cars, along with a lot of the pros that do the New Jersey Pro Solo as well as National Solos. Race there on a regular basis, and their pro class brings 25 to 30 guys every event. So it was a very competitive region, definitely the most competitive region I've ever raced in. But it definitely taught me a lot. That lot E at MetLife Stadium is definitely a fun lot to race on. They definitely have 60 to 70 second courses every time just about, and really teaches you a lot of good autocross skills. So after those 4 solo events, getting my feet wet, I jumped into the S2k takeover at New York State Safety Track. So this, in May here in 2018, was my second time ever going there. I shaved a lot of time off my lap time there. I went down to a 141 from a 146 with the car in stock suspension and really burned up a good set of those Bridgestones. They were pretty much smoked after, 4 autocrosses and that safety track event. The key I learned here is to always rotate your tires. If your track's counterclockwise versus clockwise, always rotate them to save the side that's on the more, on the turns that happen more. But the S2k takeover I did really well at. I got the car dialed into a 141, and then after that came a few events for Kingston. I raced an SCCA event for Poughkeepsie Sports Car Club at the Kingston Tech City lot. And at this point, we're almost towards June in Mohawk Hudson region, which is where I grew up and wanted to run so my dad could come watch me and hang out with me for the weekend. They didn't have a site locked in yet for the 2018 season, so once they locked in, their first event was in July. It was July 3rd, and the first event of the year there, they had 108 cars show up, and I ended up winning overall PAX position there for the day, and that's kind of just showed me the experience from New Jersey quickly got me set up to do very well at regions that weren't as competitive as the New Jersey region, and it really showed me that okay, I am at a pretty good level here with the car and understand the car, and I'm driving it to its full potential in its current setup. So that really got me hooked on the Mohawk Hudson regions events because I was competitive in the points there. and I wanted to stick with it for the 2018 season. So June 25th was their second event of the year. I pushed the car really hard in that event as well, ended up winning that event. And then I did another event after that at Kingston, and then back to Mohud, and I had the third event at Mohud I ended up winning as well, overall PAX position. So I'd won the first 3 events for Mohud, which had me pretty excited. So then I took a trip back to MetLife Stadium and ran a New Jersey autocross just to get my experience back more on the bigger track. And reality hit me when I finished, I don't know, 40th or something there. I can't remember what I put in the video. Back at the MetLife Stadium, 130, 140 cars would generally show up. I did a few more events at Kingston. The 4th event for Mohawk-Hudson region, I ended up getting 3rd, I believe. The competition was starting to step up a little more. And then the 5th event for Mohawk came about a month later in September 16th. And this is my dual weekend where I did the second part of the S2k takeover on the 17th of September. But the Mohud event, the autocross, was my 5th one of the year, like I said, and I ended up getting 2nd place in that one. Like I said, again, battling with the leaders, a few hundredths of a second separated the win. So it was definitely fun to battle with that much competition there. The S2k takeover, like I said, is the following day. The only differences from the May event I had on the car was the intake and tune, and I didn't really think it made a big difference, but I did pick up a few miles an hour on the straightaway going to turn 1. I did notice I would hit like about 105 now in the car versus before I was hitting just about 100 miles an hour going into turn 1. Now, I don't know if it's because I gained a lot more confidence in the car throughout the year or if the car actually makes more power. I know it makes more mid-range power since VTEC's now at 4,000. However, I don't know if it got me peak gains like they say, because the S2000 tune from the factories is pretty on the money for extracting all the power they can get out of this car up top. So at this event, I ended up dropping from the 141 in May down to a 139.7 with the top down, which is pretty impressive for that track and the amount of horsepower I'm working with here. I felt very good about that time, and this was the first S2k takeover event where the hot lap guys came over and flew out from California to do live timing. I think I was just a couple tenths behind the fastest time of the day overall from a much more modified S2000 purpose-built race car. And my car is pretty much just a street car with no aero modifications at this point. So I was very happy with running the lap time I did there. After the S2k takeover, I did a few more autocross at Kingston. I placed very well in those. Fun little track, and it's definitely the closest to me. I'd like to do more of those just because I like the people that I get to meet there and race with and give rides to the people that watch. That's my main goal, is to get more people, engaged in the sport, and it's really cool to see their reactions when they're in the car. And I have a lot of footage of giving people rides that I plan to make a separate video of for their reactions to how well my car handles and throws them around, and that video is to come. So after the Kingston event, I did another event at Mohawk-Hudson region. There was another solo event there. It was the last one of the year. I had the Street Touring Championship locked up at this point since I've won first place in the class every event this year in the class. But I really wanted to finish it on a first place PAX overall win, and I pushed the car very, very hard that day and ended up securing the win. So after wrapping up the season at Mohud, I did another event in October down in Kingston. It was their last one of the year. However, I didn't make enough of the races to qualify for points events there. I was just doing them for fun. Maybe I'll stick with them more next year. And after that, I wanted to squeeze one more event out, and that was, as you just saw recently on my channel, it was the end of October. I raced at like the 11th or 12th event in New Jersey, and that was the final autocross I did of the year. So one thing I failed to mention earlier is the first set of RE71Rs really only lasted me until just before the second S2k takeover. I actually ordered another set of RE71Rs to do that track day with and focused on rotating them because I didn't want to melt them off like I did earlier in the year at the event. So at the end of the year here in 2018, I pretty much had a fresh set of RE71s on the car with a track day and 5 or 6 autocrosses on them. So as you'll see coming up on my channel, I'll have some racing footage of 2019 up. Definitely wasn't as many events as 2018 because certain life events happened that restricted me from getting me involved in as many events. So once the 2018 season wrapped up, I went to one banquet. I went to the Mohawk-Hudson region banquet since I won the Street Touring Championship there. And I also was awarded Driver of the Year there primarily based on overall PAX position finishes. It was announced I had a average finish position of a 1.5, and I was pretty excited to get that award. The coolest part about it all was the shirts for the Mohawk Hudson region group were changed to a red shirt with an S2000 on the front of the shirt, and I got a nice polo in addition to that for Driver of the Year. That's something that I was very, very excited and proud of to earn there. So thanks guys for watching this video recapping the 2018 season. I'll have more footage up of the 2019 season soon, so bear with me. I have a lot of good content coming for S2000 stuff, or little DIYs here and there, and just my journey with the car and how much fun I've had with it. Leave a comment, give us a like to the video if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, if you're new here, and just let me know what's on your mind, and Happy New Year to you all.